Have you ever seen something that seemed real but turned out to be a trick of the eye? From mesmerizing patterns that seem to move to shapes that change size depending on how we look at them, optical illusions have fascinated humans for centuries. But what's really going on when our eyes deceive us? Why they work, how they fool our brains, and what they reveal about how we perceive the world. Stick around, because by the end of this, you might question whether you can trust your eyes ever again. Let's start with the basics. Optical illusions occur when your brain interprets visual information in ways that don't match reality. It's not that your eyes are broken. It's that your brain is doing its best to make sense of limited or conflicting information. Your brain processes millions of visual signals every second, but it has to take shortcuts. These shortcuts are usually helpful, but sometimes they lead to fascinating errors, what we call illusions. Take a look at these two lines. Which one seems longer? The truth is, they're the same length. This is the Müller-Lyer illusion, named after Franz Karl Müller-Lyer, who discovered it in 1889. Why does this illusion work? Neuroscientists believe it's because your brain interprets the arrowheads as depth cues. When the arrows point inward, your brain perceives the line as being closer to you. When they point outward, the line appears farther away, so your brain thinks it must be longer. Here's a more modern illusion, the rotating snakes. It looks like these patterns are moving, right? But stare at one spot. They stop. This is an example of a peripheral drift illusion. Your eyes constantly move, even when you think you're staring straight ahead. This tiny movement, combined with the way your brain processes contrast and color, creates the sensation of motion. It's so convincing that even knowing it's an illusion doesn't stop your brain from perceiving it. Now let's step into the world of 3D illusions with the Ames Room. At first glance, this room looks normal, but notice how one person looks like a giant and the other like a child. The secret? The room is carefully designed to create forced perspective. The walls aren't square, and the floor slopes upward. Your brain assumes the room is normal, so it misinterprets the size of the people inside. Architects and filmmakers often use this trick to create dramatic effects. So, why do we study optical illusions? They're not just fun party tricks. They help scientists understand how the brain works. Illusions reveal the shortcuts your brain takes to process the overwhelming amount of information in the world. They also inspire fields like art, psychology, and even artificial intelligence to think differently about perception. From ancient philosophers to modern neuroscientists, humans have been fascinated by the gap between what we see and what's real. Optical illusions remind us that our perception is just that, a perception shaped by biology, experience, and context. So next time you're fooled by an illusion, don't feel bad. Feel amazed by the incredible power of your brain.